The Rams now fall to 4-5, and they were on such a roll. And this is a division that is very much up for grabs. How big of a missed opportunity was this?
Huge, Jay. Again, the division's up for grabs. Everybody has some weaknesses in this division right now. You're at home, and I get Tua's back, so it's a different Miami team. But if you're the Los Angeles Rams, you got to come out here and execute. You're healthy. You've got Cooper Kupp. You've got Nakua. You know, Matthew Stafford's still slinging the ball around, and you look at the mistakes these guys made. I mean, the tip interception was at a bad time, and I get that, you know, tips happen, but you hate to see that if you're a Rams fan. And you keep going on here, and the fumble now when you're down 10-0, again, from a guy like Kyron, who's a tremendous player. Right now, you've got 2 turnovers, one from Kyron, one from Matthew Stafford. In a moment like this, you just don't expect it. And to make matters worse, now one of your best receivers is dropping the football. Again, it's a tight ball game here. Very self-inflicted mistakes. And I thought the biggest glaring issue the Rams had was protecting Matthew Stafford. They struggled there. You saw the sack. We talked about this earlier, Jay. You're down 4 points in the third quarter, and we cannot snap the football.
Yeah.
It's a circus after that. And I sit here, there were sacks, there was drops, there was turnovers. I really feel like if you're in the Rams locker room after this game, you feel like you let one get away.
Yeah.
Because as much as I want to give credit to Miami's defense, and they did make some plays, there's a lot of moments where you had momentum, you took a bad sack, you threw a pick, you fumbled. And that stings, especially because it was your best players.
I feel like you should start a football camp this summer just for long snappers and snappers in general. Centers, long snappers, anyone who snaps a football.
Jay,
really.
my head would explode.
Right, because this whole weekend I feel like it's just been bad snap after bad snap.
Long snapper, do your job. Do not speak, just snap the ball, and that's it.
No ping pong tables at this camp.
Do not ever take up the chiropractor table either. It's limited resources. You do not belong on that table. I'm just saying.
You're so happy with Deebo Samuel for getting into it with his long snapper on Sunday. Who do you think will win? Jen, maybe we can show these standings for the NFC West. There they are. Man, Jen's on it like that. Lock and load.
Unlike the deep snappers, the long snappers.
Unlike the long snappers in the NFL, Jen's locked in. Now, who do you think will win this division? Because as we can see, anyone could win it right now.
Anyone can win it. I think, and it hurts me to say this, I think Seattle's going to end up in last place. So we'll start there. And I still believe that San Francisco will win this division. Now, if you go online and you look at analytics, it's most likely going to say Arizona because Arizona's strength of schedule is pathetic. They play some very, very bad teams. But I know that you know, analytics play a part in things, Jay, and I get that. But I look at this San Francisco team, the game Brock Purdy just had. Ricky Pearsall's starting to come alive. Juwan Jennings had a good year for them. Debo's healthy. Kittle made a huge catch yesterday in the end zone, and obviously he's going to continue to make plays.
CMC's back.
And CMC is back.
Yeah.
So I sit here and say, yes, they have tough games, but with the veteran leadership in there, the stars they have, and Fred Warner on defense, who is unbelievable at playing football, I don't care what the analytics say. I think this team finds ways to win hard games and end up winning this division.
This is only the Finns' third win of the season, and we see what a different team. It's almost like seeing Russell with the Steelers. You see Tua with the Finns. Yes. It's just like a whole different team. He's using everybody. Problem, obviously, is the history of injuries. You don't know how available Tua is going to be. How do you even plan for that if you're the Dolphins over the next coming, few seasons even?
So, Jay, it's a really interesting question because, to me, a lot of this comes down to Mike McDaniel and his offense, his offensive style. When I watch this team on offense, they have a very unique style. You know, Tua's a unique quarterback, and as every one of their players, their packages, Tyreek Hill, very unique. You know, even the 2 running backs, they're not real thumpers. They're both speed guys. So I say that, and I think of, when you look at a team like the Chiefs, for example, if Patrick Mahomes were to go down and Carson Wentz comes in, I think that everybody believes that the Chiefs will still win 9 games. Not 9-0, but at the end of the year, they will be a 9-8 football team, give or take a game or 2.
Right.
And to me, that says, hey, Andy Reid is a coach, and he's ready for no matter what happens. And what shocks me about Miami is Tua, since coming back, has made plays like this off schedule. We talked about the unique style of their offense when they're on time. Very different. Fun to watch, but electric.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, when Tua's gone, they looked like they were about to go 0 for the rest of the year.
It's a disaster.
Disaster. And you talk about how you plan for that. Well, you need to get a guy and rep him to be able to train. And, hey, we have a unique style offense here, so our backup has to be some version, probably a worse version, obviously, of Tua, and we need to train him and rep him and put him in situations in practice in the film room so that we can still be okay if he's gone. Because since Tua's been back, the offense has been very good.
Yeah.
They scored points.
Are you surprised they didn't go out and sign a veteran backup?
Yes. Yes, because you look at tonight with Tua, this game, and really the last two games, and I think that this team, you know, could potentially have a shot to make the playoffs if they would have just won one game.
Yeah.
One game while he was out,
yeah.
And you're still in it. And I say that because since Tua's been back, they scored 25, I believe, against Arizona, let them come back, and they lost 27-25. They take the 8-2 Buffalo Bills, who I have ranked as 2B in the AFC right now, as we spoke about last night.
Correct.
To the brink and lose 30-27. So, again, and now they get a great win on the road against the Rams, who are a middle-of-the-pack team. It's just very unfortunate.
Let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture. Let's see if we can make a case. A case for the Fins to get in this thing.
Oh, whoa!
Right? We've got them in the hunt.
Yes.
We have them in the hunt. They're 3-6 now with that victory on Monday night. You can see the Broncos sitting in that final wild card spot, Luke, and you and I talked about it on yesterday's show.
Yes.
Broncos look really good, so they're not fading anytime soon. But are the Fins still in the hunt because they still got Cincinnati and Indianapolis in front of them?
Are they in the hunt? Yes. Do I have a ton of faith in them to make the playoffs? No. But, Jay, here's my thing. I do believe that 9 wins gets you in here. 9-8 does it. So you basically have to go 6-2. And what I get worried about with Miami, and I think this is a very fair statement for Miami fans to digest, is in a lot of big games where they need a win. I wouldn't say, they kept their playoff hopes alive tonight, but in that big moment where it's like, hey, we beat the Bills and I'm talking about last year, win the division, they look terrible. Yeah. So it's hard for me to believe that if they do go on a run in the moment where they need to, win a big game, that they'll come through and get it done because they've just never done it before. And like I said, just seeing that board, Jay, it makes me cringe because I'm like, if they could have found a way to win one game when Tua was gone.
One game would have been a huge difference.
Crazy difference.
It's wild how tight everything is at this point of the season, midway through the season. This Week 11 matchup that we got on Thursday night.
I can't wait.
It's going to be, in the words
here we go. Here we go.
In the words of Luke Bartholomew Wilson, it's going to be electric.
Electric.
It's going to be electric. Commanders and Eagles. Little East Division action from the NFC. Luke, who do you like in this one?
I like the Commanders. I know they're +3 here, but I truly believe they play better football. They play more fundamentally sound football. We talked about it last night, Jay. I do think the short week helps Philadelphia, but I think at the end of the day, I'm a fundamentals guy. I'm going with Dan Quinn, going with Jaden Daniels, going with Bobby Wagner, baby.
2 great young quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels, will be facing off. You can see the pregame show beginning at 7, and then you can watch Luke and I after the game. We follow every primetime NFL game this season.